On behalf of the City of Gresham and the Gresham Area Chamber of Commerce, I'd like to welcome all of you to the annual State of the City address. In a few minutes, we will hear from Mayor Stovall with powerful and inspirational words about our city. I'm looking forward to hearing from him about what has happened that I missed, which might not be much, but I'm sure there's something, and what's on the horizon for this amazing community. To get the program started, we're going to stand in a minute for the posting of the colors by the Honor Guard. Then Councilor Piazza is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and then the Barlow Singers will sing the national anthem. That being said, Honor Guard, will you please present the colors?
Present arms.
If we say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Barlow Choir that sang with you is student-led today. They did it all on their own. So we not only have an amazing state basketball championship, but we have an incredible musical program at Barlow as well. And I didn't know till today, but one of my 7 grandkids was singing too. So I didn't know she was going to be here. So you can sit down because I don't need a standing ovation till later. So I'm sure all of you came for a variety of reasons, but the main reason that we're here today is to hear the State of the Union address from our mayor. So now it's my honor to bring on stage our esteemed mayor, Travis Stovall.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Gresham. Thank you, Kristen. Let's try that again. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Gresham. Yeah, if you're gonna bring it out here, you better bring it. So I am so honored to be here with you this morning, recognizing the things that Gresham has had the opportunity to accomplish over the last year. Before we get into those things, I do want to take the opportunity to welcome you all, but also highlight a few of our elected officials that are with us today. So with that, we will hold the applause because we have quite a few folks who are here with us this morning. I think right now we're at slightly afternoon, but we do have with us Congresswoman Maxine Dexter. So again, I'm going to go through and highlight all these folks, and let's clap at the end, recognizing their commitment to our communities as elected officials. Commissioner Julie Brim Edwards, Commissioner Vince Jones Dixon, Multnomah County District Attorney Nathan Vasquez. Now we have our former Gresham City Council members, Carol Nilsson, Carolyn Eccles, Jacqueline McIntyre, and Shirley Craddock. We have our former Gresham City Manager, Erica Varston. We have our City of Portland councilors, Council President Elena Pertl-Guiney, and Councilor Steve Novick, Metro Councilor Juan Carlos Gonzalez, and TriMet Board Member Dr. Laverne Lewis. Let's give them a big round of applause. We absolutely know what it takes to take the dedication and time to lead as elected officials. And so we appreciate everything that each of you do to keep not just our city and our county, but also our state in the good graces of where we need to go as we go forward. So we've got, again, a lot of things to cover today. And you know what? I just want to take the moment just to say how gorgeous you are as a crowd. No, seriously, take a look at yourself. Well, I don't think anybody just did that, but you're just a gorgeous crowd. You know, I know not all of you are from Gresham, so we appreciate the fact that you came out and graced us with your presence. Usually it's 75 and sunshine every single day, 365 days a year. But we brought in the clouds just so that many of you who don't experience that don't have to be concerned about all the sunlight. So with that, I just want to say, brothers and sisters and my friends and neighbors, today we gather not just as individuals, not just as citizens, but a community bound together by the common hopes and shared dreams that unite us. We stand here in the heart of Gresham on the precipice of possibility and opportunity, looking towards the horizon of a brighter tomorrow. I am humbled to stand before you today, honored to serve as Gresham's mayor, and deeply moved by the strength and resiliency of our great city. Those who are here today with us, some might say that a city is just merely streets and buildings, laws and policies. But I say to you today, a city is its people. A city is the hands that build, the hearts that love, and the voices that rise in unity. And in this city, my friends, we will rise together, and rise we will. Now, many of these things don't get accomplished within a vacuum all amongst ourselves. So I do want to take the opportunity to ensure that we recognize some of the other folks that I get to share the council dais with. They serve the city every single day with dedication and commitment, and we have an exceptionally diverse and dynamic city council that I'm proud to share the stage with. The intentions and approach that our council has makes events like today happen. They bring thoughtful, deeply connected concepts and ideas and inquisitive leadership representing the breadth and depth and the best that the Gresham community has to offer. We have Council President Jerry Hinton, Councilors Sue Piazza, Janine Gladfelter, Eddie Morales, Kayla Brown, and Kathleen Keithley. Please stand. You are tremendous colleagues and wonderful representatives of this community. I personally want to thank you for the service that you deliver and the support that you deliver and the leadership that you deliver to the city of Gresham every single day. Let's give them another big round of applause. I also want to thank and acknowledge our city leadership team. We have City Manager Eric Schmidt. We have our Assistant City Managers. We've got Steve Fancher and Larry Morgan. We've got our Fire Chief and our Chief of Police. We've got our department leaders. We've got our managers and every single city team member. Every single day, they do extraordinary work. Much of it you do not see. But I can tell you, if it didn't work, you would certainly be calling me. And so they're the unsung heroes that always don't have the flashy opportunities to have flashing lights and big fire trucks with ladders on them that articulate, or what is it called? A tiller, the tiller fire truck. And if, I just got to take a second. Lynn did tell me that I may take a tangent every now and then. Just speaking about fire. How many of you are afraid of heights? Let me see a show of hands. We're all friends here, so don't be afraid. Okay, thank you for being honest. What's your name? Back there next to Shannon. Yes. Mike Green. Mike, nice to meet you, if we haven't met before. Mike, we're both afraid of heights. I can tell you, that tiller truck, that has a long ladder, so long that it takes, like a little tiller in the back of the truck to take it. Now, why is this important? Because our firefighters have to climb that ladder up to 5 stories with gear and nothing to keep them attached to the ladder itself. Chief Menard is sitting there smiling. He's like, I do that every day. Assistant Chief, Jeff Harrison is like, yeah, that's nothing. To me, I am nervous just thinking about it. I'm actually starting to sweat, just considering that. So, again, these are the folks that we thank every single day for the great work that they're doing, because they have to work in these conditions and the challenging situations that they do all the time. And I want to make sure that we give them the thanks they deserve. Let's give them a big round of applause. Now, folks, again, I just said we don't do this all by ourselves. Neither do we do this in the present moment. Many times we get to stand on the shoulders of giants, and we do have some giants that are here today that laid the incredible foundation that we now get to continue building on. There is someone here today that I want to make sure that we honor. It is the legacy of Mayor Shane T. Bemis. Just saying the name just brought joy to my heart, because his leadership brought stability and vision to our great city, guiding Gresham through transformative times. Mayor Bemis, you propelled our community forward in ways that we cannot describe. Your tireless dedication to this city is just absolutely amazing. And today, we get to stand on that foundation that I just spoke about, that you and many before us built. Many of the achievements that we celebrate today are because of your vision, and that legacy will live on. So on behalf of the City Council, our community, our city staff, I want to say thank you, a tremendous thank you for everything that you've done for us. Let's give a big round of applause. There will be more later. So, my friends, I do have to say that we do not operate in isolation. While we remain focused on progress, we cannot ignore the uncertainty and challenges that impact our city. Economic shifts, inflation, and federal dysfunction have put pressure on our families, small businesses, and local governments. We see rising costs. Hello, Chair. Multnomah County Chair Jessica Vega-Peterson. Let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you for coming out. And so we see rising cost, yet funding for essential services remains uncertain. Our infrastructure projects face delays, and small businesses struggle to keep up with shifting economic policies. But Gresham has never been a city that waits for solutions. We look for answers as fast and as quickly as we possibly can. We are problem solvers. We are doers. We move forward no matter the obstacles. While others debate, we act. While others stall, we build. While others delay, we push ahead. Because this city belongs to us, and our determination is stronger than any challenge before us. And so we continue to invest to strengthen our foundation and to protect the future of our city, no matter what challenges arise. So, as we look back not in sorrow, but in celebration. What we have accomplished, Gresham is rising, our city is growing, our future is bright. In our public safety area, I'm going to take just one moment to smile and say, the public safety levy passed. That was more of a pickleball clap, but that's okay. That's okay. The public safety levy passed. Thanks to the overwhelming support of our residents, we passed Gresham's first public safety levy in over 30 years. Go for it. This secured critical investments in our police and fire department. We expanded fire services so that we have 7 new firefighters that are hired, an additional fire unit deployed. It's a cool fire unit that we just deployed, a rescue unit. Training is underway for those new recruits to improve response times. We've had fire prevention and school safety. 2 new deputy fire marshals have been hired, allowing for enhanced fire prevention, outreach, and school safety inspections. Our behavioral health unit, which if you didn't know, we have a behavioral health unit. It now has responded to over 836 crises calls last year. That's a lot. They ensured that mental health crises are met with care and support rather than just solely enforcement. The solution for the challenge. We have more officers, Chief. More officers and community safety specialists. We have hired 26 new police officers. Now, I want to just take a moment to reference what that looks like for our chief. I mean, that represents a ton of work because it's not just you put the ad out there and you hire folks, but it's an incredible process that they go through, and the chief and his team has been working tirelessly in that effort. And we've also, in that effort, brought on 4 new community safety specialists. Those are folks who can take some of those things that don't need a sworn officer to take care of. And they have been incredibly helpful in helping us in fighting the crime situation that we sometimes face. And they've improved our efficiency in non-emergency situations. We've enhanced our school safety program, which allows for a school liaison officer that now serves 81 schools, providing a secure learning environment for our students and educators. And I would be remiss if I did not mention our EMOPI program. These efforts would not be possible but for the leadership of our governor, Senator Gorsuch, Representatives Ruiz and Hudson when it came to the funding question. So that has been critical. This program is funded by our state and funded at a very high level to be able to do the work that we're doing. The state recognized that this funding was needed as we move forward. And the thing about our EMOPI program, it's about investing in youth engagement. And this is something that I know Mayor Shane Beam has started years ago. And as a matter of fact, you could catch him many times, late night basketball on Friday nights with our youth, knowing that that was the answer. It's about engagement, not just enforcement, but enforcement sometimes is what we need. And we've got great people who are doing that work. But our MOPI program is recognized throughout the state. And we've got phenomenal people working on this effort, And we want to recognize our MOPI program. Also want to recognize, this isn't, we don't have this in the presentation, but I do want to recognize that we've got youth from our Youth Advisory Council. Youth Advisory Council members, please stand. So our Youth Advisory Council showed up last week. We had our National League of Cities meeting back in D.C., and that includes youth. And many of our cities from Oregon brought their youth with them, and our youth showed up asking our federal delegation many phenomenal, great questions. And actually, Congresswoman Maxine Dexter was there, and one of our youth got to ask her, I think a couple of them got to ask her questions. So we're super proud, because our youth are not the leaders of tomorrow. They're the leaders of today and tomorrow. And so we are so blessed to have our young people leading the way they are. And so our MOPI program really looks at engagement alongside enforcement, making reductions in youth violence happen. And to see our youth engaged in positive experiences, that sets them up on the positive path from poverty to prosperity many times, which is absolutely encouraging. And talking about prosperity, the city of Gresham has been really on a great path when it comes to that. Our unemployment is at the lowest it's been in 20 years, 4.2%. More jobs, more opportunities, stronger local economy. As a matter of fact, I can proudly stand here today and make an announcement, which has already been made, but I can reinforce it today, because regardless, I'll tell you folks, I got to tell you this story. So I'm at Music Mondays this last summer, and there's a group of folks who recognize me, and they say, hey, Mayor, come on over here. So I was answering questions. I was talking about public safety. I was talking about parks and all of those things, and we're having a great discussion. And about 10 minutes into that discussion, there was a lull in the conversation. And at that point, I thought the questioning was going to get serious, and it did. Because after all the pronouncements I made about all the great work we were doing and everything else, one person looks at me and he said, yeah, all of that is great, but when are we getting a Trader Joe's? I kid you not, that was an actual conversation. All of that is great, but when are we getting a Trader Joe's? And this wasn't some Gen Zer. This wasn't a millennial. So I won't describe the person, but this wasn't your typical person that you would have thought that would have been asking when we're getting Trader Joe's. Well, today, folks, we are getting a Trader Joe's. And part of that is just the overall validation of what we have been doing, the work that we've been accomplishing. So that's what's exciting, is the things that these national retailers are now making these investments in Gresham, understanding the opportunities that exist here, the economic growth that's going on. That's what it's about. It's about that validation. But to get there, we have to think about things like workforce. And how are we training workforce? Because many of you know that my mantra is poverty to prosperity, and the best way we can do that is give people jobs. And so what I'm excited to talk about here is the expanded partnerships between Microchip and onsemi and Mount Hood Community College, and what they're doing to prepare our youth for careers in advanced manufacturing and semiconductor industries. So the future for semiconductors is bright. Everything that you have, all the electronics, have semiconductors in them. So we'll continue to see the advances there and the growth there. We have 22 students graduate from the first semiconductor technician training school in that cohort, marking a new era in Gresham's economic transformation. So we've got exciting things going on in that workforce training. We also have exciting things going on with our urban renewal. As you're aware, we topped out some of our facilities there in Gresham Station. We got Roy Kim here, not Gresham Station, but downtown Rockwood. Roy Kim, him and his team worked with us. We were patient, and we got downtown Rockwood completely built out. Again, that was something that was Mayor Bemis's vision with the council back then, which, of course, some of them are here today. We also had the opportunity to go to the voters to talk about what does urban renewal look like going forward, and the voters voted to allow us to move forward with urban renewal in a more proactive, not reactive type of concept in economic development and city planning. Our homeless and houseless and unsheltered situation, which for many of us, we see it and we know it's there, and our heart goes out to every single individual that's experiencing those situations where they don't have that shelter. As a matter of fact, it's numerous times that I reference, I know I'm saying Mayor Shane Bemis a lot, but there's one saying that he referenced many, many years ago that we continue to talk about today, and that's compassion without accountability is not compassion at all. And that's the hallmark of what we do every single day in the city of Gresham when we're working with our unsheltered, our homeless, and our houseless populations. This year, we've got 91 new affordable units under construction, ensuring more families have a place to call home. We assisted 40 families with rental assistance, preventing displacement and promoting housing stability. The rental inspection program recognized for excellence, ensuring safe and fair housing for all renters. And our rental inspection program was recognized and awarded this last year by the League of Oregon Cities for its excellence. So these are the types of things that the city of Gresham is doing. Our homeless outreach team doubled this last year from 2 to 4, making it so that we could have coverage 7 days a week, rehousing over 55 households this year. And as a matter of fact, I would like to mention how proud I am of our recent point-in-time count. Now, point-in-time counts, you'll hear them referenced as pit counts, probably are somewhat of an underestimate of what's actually going on. But in our recent point-in-time count, we had less than 20 people living homeless throughout the city of Gresham. So even if you take a 50 to 100% increase in that point-in-time count, you get to 30, maybe 40. So, folks, this is a tremendous, tremendous point to the progress that we have here in the city of Gresham. And that doesn't happen by accident, because the work that we do every single day here in Gresham is a reflection of the people that do this work. And credit to our incredible homeless services team, which is doing phenomenal work, as I just referenced. The first 6 months of last fiscal year, the team provided 317 instances of case management for clients, including connection to shelter, employment, transportation, and referrals to other services. One of those families we helped was Austin and Kelly's. These two and their 4 children became homeless after Kelly became sick and Austin lost his job during COVID. They were evicted and had significant property debt, preventing them from finding a new home. Instead, the family of 6 lived in a van for a year as Austin continued to work but could never overcome the barriers of the eviction and the debt. Our team met the family in late April 2024 and immediately placed the family in a hotel for a week while we secured a family shelter room, one of the 5 hotel shelter rooms the city has reserved for clients we are working with. They moved into the Rockwood Tower shelter in May, and Willie Shaw, our senior homeless services specialist, continued to work with them. Willie partnered with the Metro Public Defenders to negotiate their significant past property debt down, pay it off, and remove the eviction from their record. The family moved into an apartment at Rockwood Village in June. Let's give a big round of applause. Willie was impressed by how motivated Austin was to find a stable, well-paying career to support his family going forward. He helped Austin enroll in the Mount Hood Community College Chrysler Mopar College Automotive Program. This apprenticeship program includes sponsorships from an employment with an automotive dealer upon completion. Austin will be certified to be a diesel and transmission mechanic with great career prospects. Through the city's annual funding from Multnomah County's Homeless Services Department, thank you, Chair Vega Peterson, Councilor Commissioner Jones-Dixon. We appreciate all that you're going to bring to the city of Gresham. Was it 10 million or 20 million? I mean, we got Commissioner Brim Edwards here in the chair. I mean, Gresham provided the family with 5 months of rent to get them stable and established in their new home. Austin is working full-time at the dealership, actively participating in the apprenticeship program, and the family has independently paid their prior rent for the last few months, now that the city's assistance has ended. When asked about his experience with the city, Austin initially admitted that he was surprised that he had to jump through hoops to get the help that he needed, but understood that the city couldn't pay for someone who wouldn't follow through on their own. To be successful, the accountability is at the heart of Gresham's program. As Willie Shaw, again, our senior homeless services specialist who helped Austin, has said, if a client is willing to take one step, I am willing to take 10. Austin and Kelly were willing to do that and more for their family of 6. And today, again, they're housed, safe, and thriving. So, again, folks, we don't do this without great people. And Willie is here today, our senior homeless specialist, and Willie works tirelessly to do this work. Last year during a snowstorm, I think it was somewhere around maybe 15 to 17 degrees. I happened to stop by City Hall, everything was shut down, and Willie was there at City Hall. And I said, Willie, what are you doing here? He said, Mayor, he goes, if I don't go out there and address the situation, some of those folks who refuse to go into some of the warming centers may not live through this. That's the heart of the people that work at the city of Gresham. Willie's here today. Willie, please stand and get recognized. I know, Willie, I know you're humble, and that's not something that you enjoy, but the work that you do is incredible as we consider, the work that we have to do, for our folks who are of the highest need. We move to Parks and Recreation, which we've got a lot of work to do there, folks. Actually, as a matter of fact, Shirley Craddock mentioned, hey, we need to get more parks funding just moments ago before I took the stage, and she's right. Last year, we did get to invest $1 million in grants for Southwest Community Park, bringing new pathways, picnic shelters, play areas, and restrooms. We don't have too many restaurants in our park system, but we might. Graydon Sports Park. Graydon Sports Park is moving forward with Phase 2. This expanded facility will offer top-tier soccer fields, a dog park, fencing around that, and then new pedestrian pathways. And again, this is also something that was a vision of Mayor Shane Bemis and took heroic efforts to make sure we can move forward with that. So it's incredible to see us move towards completions. Safer streets are something we're all concerned about. We've got new sidewalks, flashing beacons added near Davis Elementary and Gordon Russell Middle School, ensuring safe routes for students. We planted 32,000, you heard me right, 32,000 native trees and shrubs, restoring habitats, improving flood control, and creating sustainable green spaces. Our volunteer community has stepped up, as they always do. We relaunched volunteer programs, strengthened our partnerships with nonprofits and local schools, and we supported our Lilac Run event, which raised over $20,000 for youth programs. As we look forward, my friends, our work is far from done. We will not slow down. We will not settle. We will continue to build Gresham as we know it is possible. Ahead of us stands a vision not yet fulfilled. A city where every child is safe, every family is housed, Every worker is paid fairly, and every voice is heard. As we push forward, we fight for more investment, more infrastructure, and more justice. We demand that Gresham not be an afterthought, but continue to be the beacon that we are. Let us march forward with purpose in our step. Let us say to the world, Gresham is rising and we will not be stopped. Thank you all for coming. Greatly appreciate this opportunity to share Gresham and all that we have to offer. Greatly appreciate you. So you wanted an encore? So with that, we've got some recognition now that we'd like to make sure that we include in this conversation, which I'm sure many of you are aware of. The first recognition that we want to have is that we're implementing what we call our community member awards. And these are individuals that do standout things for our community, and is volunteerism, contributions, all of the things that our community members do on every single level. And as we launch this year, I want to bring up and highlight an individual who is tirelessly, I know I've used that word a lot, but what we do here in Gresham tends to tire a lot of us out, but we continue to move forward. And the individual that I'm referencing is Allison Hunting. Allison just continues to exemplify what it is to be a community member here in Gresham and the contributions she makes every single day. So, Allison, come on up.
I'm not sure what to say because I haven't done anything to deserve this. Thank you very much. I love Gresham. I loved moving out here to be closer to work and to be closer to the community and get involved. And I just love Gresham.
Okay, thank you so much, Mayor, for your words. And I did learn something new, which surprised me. Thank you so much. I'm Lynn Snodgrass. I'm the CEO of the Gresham Area Chamber of Commerce, and I love my job. I would like to retire, but I love my job. I am honestly excited and honored to be able to tell you about Mayor Shane Bemis. In a few minutes, you will see a great video that highlights his life and just a few of the many achievements that he's made as mayor. Shane didn't run for mayor to be a caretaker of the status quo. You'll see that in a minute. But right now, I get to tell you about the Shane that I know, and right now he's probably a little nervous because I've known him for a really long time. But first, let's talk about the award he's going to receive today. The Lifetime Achievement Award. Lifetime Achievement Awards are supposed to go to old people. Lucille Ball got one when she was 76. Carol Burnett got one when she was 91. And Bob Hope, even though he lived to be over 100, got his when he was 70. Shane, you're supposed to be old to get this award today. You're only 53 or will be sometime this year, and most of us would be way too young at 53 to get a Lifetime Achievement Award. At 53, we barely know or barely got our kids through school or know what we want to be when we grow up. But when you're Shane Bemis, you make a difference early in your life, and he did just that. At 27, he started his first successful restaurant. At 34, another first, he became the youngest mayor in Gresham's history. At 41, do you remember what happened that year? You were in Esquire magazine. First in a lot of things. First garage to storefront, first youth involvement task force chair at the U.S. Conference of Mayors, first chairman of Metropolitan Mayors Consortium, first on the bandwagon to get TriMet to fund transit police so that Gresham had a precinct and presence on the light rail. More firsts than I have time to mention. You'd be really mad to stay till lunch, till dinner. But just because you have a lot of firsts on your resume doesn't mean that you deserve a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's actions, character, integrity, dedication that people see and remember that make you, Shane, deserving of this award today. Harry Truman wisely said, "It's amazing what you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit." And that's a living example of former Mayor Bemis. You didn't see him naming initiatives after himself. It's not the Bemis and Graydon Sports Park. It's not Shane's water treatment and energy producing plant. And Shane never said, "I'm mayor, what's your superpower?" Shane was not concerned about getting credit for something. He was concerned about what was happening in our schools, on our roads, in our backyards, and always put safer and more livable initiatives first above everything else. Shane has often said that one of the reasons that he loves government is that local government is that it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. It's what's best for the community that's important. People, not party, are what matter. And Shane lived those words. It was a recipe that brought success after success to the city. And other elected leaders took notice. Unable to attend today, Speaker Karen Minnis and State Senator John Minnis asked me to read this to you, Shane. Their words. "We extend our deepest gratitude to Mayor Shane Bemis for his dedicated years of service to the city of Gresham. His leadership, vision, and commitment to the community have made a lasting impact, fostering growth, innovation, and a strong sense of civic pride. Through his tireless efforts, Mayor Bemis has helped shape Gresham into a thriving and vibrant city. We honor his legacy and thank him for his unwavering dedication to the people of Gresham. Warmest regards, former Speaker Karen Minnis and former State Senator John Minnis." True words and well said. Mayor Bemis also believed in his golden rule. His golden rule is that it takes 3 legs of a stool. I'm sure that all of you have heard him say that at least once. When he was mayor, it was immensely important to him that schools, business, and the city each were a leg of the stool. They needed to work together, respect each other, and make sure that the stool could carry the weight of whatever sat on that stool. It does take 3 legs: business, schools, and the city. I asked Shane who in his long life made an impression on him. And without hesitation, he said that he got goosebumps, his words, not mine, when he met Congressman John Lewis, the civil rights activist from Georgia. And then he said he got goosebumps meeting Senator John McCain. I call that bipartisan goosebumps. Being mayor of Gresham gave him the opportunity to meet these amazing men and have lunch with President Obama, to travel to Israel with the Jewish American Council, and endless other opportunities to be a spokesperson for Gresham with others on the national level, all over the country. But no matter where Shane got to travel or who he got to meet, Gresham was always in his mind and his heart. So when asked what he missed about not being mayor, he said, "I miss the people. I miss the professional staff." The professional staff that showed up no matter what. Pandemic, severe weather, mass shootings, lengthy power outages, economic downturns, no matter what, they would show up. He misses the phone calls from the community, whether a positive one, which we all love to get, or a negative one, which could make you turn your phone off. He didn't. He loves Gresham. It's like he owns every inch of the land. It's like it's his own backyard, but not in a possessive way, in a protective way, in a proud way. If the Lifetime Achievement Award criteria is one of being responsive, Shane wins this award hand down. He would listen and respond, and then listen some more and would respond some more. He listened to business owners who needed help, and he responded. He listened to people of Gresham even when they were asking for something outside of his role as mayor, like a new floor under a toilet that fell through the rotted flooring. By the way, he responded to that problem, and he rallied help to repair her bathroom. Shane bucked the trend, made permitting departments speed up their process, held staff accountable to a timeline in the work plan, and he opened the doors wide for common sense in government to take place in Gresham. This is not meant to be a time to roast Mayor Bemis, although it was very tempting. My goal was to tell you about the man that I've known for decades, a man I respect, a man that I would go to battle beside, a man that I'm proud to know not just as mayor, but as a rock-solid human being. Except for the fact that he does not support the Oregon State Beavers like I do. In my eyes, Shane Bemis is almost perfect, and without a doubt, deserving of the city's Lifetime Achievement Award. Congratulations, my friend, and now let's watch your video.
Gresham, Oregon, a city shaped by vision, leadership, and the unwavering commitment of one man, Shane Bemis. For nearly 2 decades, Shane Bemis has been a guiding force for this community, a leader who didn't just hold office, he transformed it, a mayor who didn't just lead, he listened, and a man whose dedication has left a lasting impact on the city he calls home. His journey to public service wasn't conventional, but it was deeply personal. Born in Billings, Montana, Shane moved to Gresham with his family at the age of 15, arriving just 1 day before starting high school. Those early years instilled in him a deep appreciation for community and hard work. He watched his mother engage in local politics back in Montana and saw firsthand the impact that leadership could have on people's lives. That passion for service never left him. In his 20s, Shane became an entrepreneur, opening a Bellagio's pizzeria in Gresham. It was there, in the day-to-day grind of running a small business, that he saw firsthand the challenges and opportunities within the city. He believed Gresham needed a fresh perspective, a leader with a business mindset, someone who understood the importance of economic development and strong local policies. In 2002, he ran for city council and 4 years later was elected mayor of Gresham, the youngest in the city's history at just 34 years old. Shane brought a new energy to the role, and he understood something simple yet profound. Good governance isn't about being a Republican or a Democrat. It's about doing what's best for Gresham and getting things done.
One of the reasons that I love local government, because it doesn't matter if you're an R or you're a D, it matters on what's best for this community. There's really no Republican or Democratic way to sweep the streets or to pick the garbage up.
Under his leadership, Gresham thrived. He championed bold initiatives to revitalize the economy, launching the Garage to Storefront program, a groundbreaking effort that waives startup fees for small businesses moving into vacant storefronts. In just 3 years, 144 new businesses opened their doors, filling over 200,000 square feet of previously empty retail space. But Shane also looked to the future, investing in sustainability, not just as an environmental issue, but as an economic strategy. Under his leadership, Gresham became a pioneer in energy efficiency. He pushed for the largest solar installation in the Pacific Northwest, converting all street lights to LED, and turned the wastewater treatment plant into an energy-neutral and eventually an energy-producing facility.
If people haven't gotten there on the moral grounds of climate, and I believe the science, there's no question about it, but I can talk to that same person about saving money and a return on investment, and they'll make a climate action and a climate decision and without even knowing it.
Shane focused on building a city that gave families and children the amenities they needed to thrive. On his watch, the city built the Gresham Arts Plaza with our beloved children's fountain, Hogan Butte with its stunning views of 4 mountaintops and the Columbia River Gorge, the Main City Park Skate Park, and the Graydon Community Sports Park. Shane understood the importance of bringing people together to strengthen bonds, deepen connections, and develop a sense of place. Shane championed the Chalk of Fame and the Block of Fame, 2 world record-setting events that engaged thousands of residents and put Gresham on the map. And he created a statue and celebration for our beloved Mr. Gresham. Shane also understood that a safe community is a thriving community. When crime along the Max Light rail line became a growing concern, he pushed TriMet hard to take action. The creation of a dedicated transit police precinct in Gresham was the result. Through it all, Shane never lost sight of what mattered most: the people of Gresham.
You have to find ways to have civility. You have to find ways to be practical, and you have to govern. And the only way you can govern and be effective is to bring people together.
When Shane realized rental units in Gresham were often substandard, exposing families and children to dangerous conditions, including mold, he created a nationally recognized rental housing inspection program. During the most worrisome early days of COVID, he guided our community and championed the needs of our small businesses. He built coalitions, worked across political divides, and brought regional and national attention to Gresham's challenges and successes. As the first chair of the Metropolitan Mayors Consortium, he advocated for local government interests at the state and national levels, ensuring that Gresham had a voice at the table.
My name is Shane Bemis. I'm the mayor of Gresham.
His leadership didn't go unnoticed. In 2007, the Portland Business Journal named him one of the region's 40 under 40, an honor reserved for young leaders making an impact in their communities. Even with his successes, Shane remained grounded. He continued to run his restaurant, raise his family, and serve the community, not from a distance, but as a neighbor, a business owner, and a friend. Shane was accessible morning, noon, and night to the entire community. For Mayor Bemis, leadership was never about recognition. It was about making a difference. Mayor Bemis's legacy of action will stand the test of time. A city revitalized, an economy strengthened, and a community empowered. His dedication, vision, and unwavering belief in what's possible shaped Gresham for the better, and we are forever grateful. And for that, we say thank you.
There's nothing better than being mayor of your hometown.
Shane, thank you. Thank you for all that you've given to the city of Gresham. Thank you, Alex. Thank you to your family, your sons, because it really takes all that dedication, because they gave up their time with you for you to be with us and leading our city forward. With that, I do have one more thing that I want to say before I move to. We do have a mayoral proclamation here that I have to read. There's a bunch of whereases, as you know. And that is, Mayor Bemis, his leadership extends not just to the great things that he's done, but I wouldn't be here today but for, his encouragement and his highlighting the need for you know, continued leadership in our city. And so it was his motivation, his support, everything that he has done to encourage myself to be able to stand and serve in this position, have this honor and this privilege. I never imagined it as a young boy growing up in Kansas City, Kansas, ever standing here today and addressing a group as august as many of you. And remember how gorgeous you are. So I'm super impressed by that. So with that, I'm going to move to the mayoral proclamation. Whereas Shane T. Bemis served as mayor of Gresham from 2007 to mid-2020, leading with vision, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to community. And whereas prior to his tenure, Mayor Shane T. Bemis served as a city councilor from 2003 to 2007, where he championed economic growth, livability, and environmental stewardship. And whereas Mayor Bemis played a pivotal role in preserving and enhancing Gresham's buttes, parks, open spaces, and trails, ensuring that future generations could experience the natural beauty and outdoor recreation that this city defines. Whereas under his leadership, Gresham took significant steps towards sustainability, economic prosperity, including the implementation of green energy initiatives, business revitalization programs, and forward-thinking policies that position the city for long-term success. And whereas Mayor Bemis recognized the profound connection between nature, community well-being, and economic vitality, ensuring that public spaces were not only protected, but also made more accessible, inclusive, and vibrant for all residents. And whereas Hogan Butte Nature Park stands as one of the highest points in Gresham, offering an unparalleled panoramic view of the city. If you haven't been up there, folks, once you leave here, it's just around the corner. So take the opportunity to head on up there. And before you leave, make sure you drop copious amounts of dollars here in Gresham. Whereas Hogan Butte, as it stands, is the highest point in Gresham, offering unparalleled panoramic view of the city, a fitting tribute to a leader whose vision lifted Gresham to unreached heights and whose optimism and determination created boundless possibilities for the future. And whereas it is only appropriate that the person whose leadership shaped Gresham's growth and resilience be honored with a place that symbolizes endless opportunity, ambition, and a horizon of opportunity and possibilities. Whereas Gresham City Council wishes to recognize Shane T. Bemis's enduring contributions to the city and ensure that his impact, service, and legacy are forever remembered. Now, therefore, I, Travis Stovall, Mayor of Gresham, Oregon, honor the dedicated service and transformative leadership of Mayor Shane T. Bemis to the city of Gresham. Hogan Butte Nature Park shall be hereby renamed Shane T. Bemis Nature Park, a place where his vision for Gresham's future, his commitment to open spaces, and his leadership in guiding the city to new heights will forever be commemorated. So moments ago, I said, before you leave, drop by Hogan Butte Nature Park. But now, please drop by Shane T. Bemis Nature Park. Shane T. Bemis, Mayor, please come up. Speech.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Madam Speaker, CEO of the Chamber. Wow, I missed you guys. It's so nice to see all of you here today. I'm a little bit speechless about quite what to say. Most of you that know me know that this is a little bit like chewing tinfoil for me to get recognized, because there are so many people that have done so much to make the mayor reference my vision. It was never my vision. It was never, ever my vision. It was your vision. It was the community's vision. And it was us together working on so many great things, and always fighting. Gresham's always the underdog, right? Always. We always fought together for a better community, for better schools, for better businesses. And that was the vision that you all had. It was really easy for me. I was very fortunate. We had some phenomenal city councils. Many, many city councilors that often don't get recognition. The mayor always gets the recognition, but those councilors, if they're not there doing the work, if they're not there studying the issues, if they're not there representing the community and putting in the time, none of the votes come together and nothing ever gets done. And so I feel very fortunate to have worked with some of the best city councilors. The city staff, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. You know, in a time when you talk about civil servants being worthless and castigated, and you talk about civil servants getting axed and thrown away, losing their jobs, I got to tell you that the civil servants I worked with were amazing. They showed up. They showed up every single day for this community. They knew your names, they took your phone calls, and they showed up to make sure through whatever it was, a mass shooting, a road washout, 30 days to get a Kane Road redone, through snowstorms, through Christmas, so that we could have another arterial, and partially because I brought Francher up to my office and said, look, it's 5 o'clock, look at all these trucks on 223rd, we got to do something quick. But through winter storms, through our ups and our downs, I saw people tirelessly write grants for underprivileged kids to have basketball programs. I saw people work tirelessly to get grants to bring home federal COPS funding at the federal government level. And so I just want to say that the people at the city represent you well. And give them a shout out, give them a thank you, help them, because in the time that we're in, civil service isn't really recognized that much. But they have their hands on every single thing that we ever did, and they came through well. So to the professional staff at the city, I thank you very much. Nothing that we could have ever done as a council or as a community could have been done without your hard efforts. City Manager Eric Kavarston, one of the very best in the business. We had the fortune to work with Eric my entire career as mayor, and his team. People loved working for him, and many people don't know, but Eric would show up on Christmas Day and go to the firehouses. He'd show up and go to the police stations. Never anybody in this community would ever know. They'd think, oh, city manager's at home with his family. No, he was with the people that served you. And that was the kind of leader he was. Eric, thank you so much for your leadership. And to the community, you have given me everything. You know, I moved to this city one day before I started Gresham High. You've heard it. I didn't know anybody. We had no social structure, no wealth, nothing. But you saw something in me, the three legs of the stool. Gresham High, I had fabulous teachers that saw something in me that helped guide me in certain areas where I could have went different directions. But because we had invested teachers, because we had folks that showed up every day as part of that stool to make a difference, somehow I succeeded. The business community, I had the opportunity to work for Gordon Stone's Key to Fashion in downtown Gresham in high school. 50 years Gordon had been in business. family-owned department store. And I had the opportunity because the business community saw something in me. I listened, they mentored me, just like many of you do now. The city, I was fortunate enough to be able to get involved in the city at a young age. In fact, Mrs. Owens, the journalism teacher at Gresham High, had me go do an interview with Mayor McRobert, and I thought, oh wow, I got the big scoop. I get to go sit down with Mayor McRobert. And she was a little intimidating, but I got to learn at an early age why public service mattered. I got to learn at Gordon Stone's why community mattered. I got to work for Jim Weston in this community. I got to get mentored by him. All people that have given to this community. And that's why awards like this, nobody gets here by themselves, right? I mean, we all have people that have invested in us. And that's what I say to Gresham. We are always the underdog, but we know what we've got here. You know you've got the best city in the region. You know you've got the most practical people in the region. You know you've got the best businesses in the region. And it's incumbent upon all of us to be that three legs of the stool, especially now. Especially now. Like, we've got to have schools do good. And that's on all of us, right? We got to have the business community do good. We got to have the city do well. Because if all of those things go together to make a community, and if you're missing one of them, you're missing your community, right? And so I challenge you, in this time when there's unprecedented disruption, be that mentor. These kids over here from the Youth Advisory Council, they're going to do something because you all invested in them. You stood up for them. The mayor took them to D.C. He invested in them. They're going to do something. They're going to give back to this community, and they're never going to forget it. And so we all have a role to play in making sure that Gresham moves forward. We ebb and flow, but one thing that never changes is our people. And we've got to make sure, again, that we're doing our part. So I challenge you, find out what that is. Is it mentoring a young person? Is it asking a school teacher what you can do to help them? Is it stopping by the city and saying, hey, I appreciate you guys. What can I do to help? This community, again, as I said, has given me everything. When I first became mayor, I started getting all these cards that people were sending me cards or calling me on the phone saying, hey, we're praying for you. Well, the first couple I thought were pretty cool. But then as they kept stacking up, these guys are really worried about my leadership. But that never stopped. Never stopped. 18 years at the city, people never stopped reaching out to me. Say, hey, I was driving by City Hall today, I was praying for you. And I can't tell you what that means, what it meant to me as a leader. I always knew that the community was with us, right? Lastly, my family. People often say that public service people sacrifice a lot for public service. I never considered it sacrifice at all because it was my passion. It was what I loved to do. I loved representing you. I loved making us better. I loved being the underdog and showing up and doing better. But the people that do sacrifice are your family. They're the ones where when somebody's not talking nice about you, they're the ones that get the cuts. They're the ones who, dad's in Washington, D.C., dad's here, dad's there, dad can't be at this because he's at a meeting. They're the ones that lost out on that. Now, I didn't miss too much. I made it, luckily we made it to a lot, but they're the ones who public service is a sacrifice for. To me, it was great. I had the ability, because of my wife and her ability to support me in all of my stuff and to make sure that the kids never missed a beat and that everybody got to do everything. Because of her, I was able to serve. Because of Mama Mayor, who she's known as Applebee's still, she inspired in me at a young age about public service. I don't know how many other second graders were photocopying signatures for a balanced budget amendment, but I did it. And I learned a lot obviously about life, about common sense, about practicality, about representing people from my mom. Mom, I love you dearly. Thank you. And there's also times where we lost my stepdad, Jerry, in 2023. And I know that he's here with us today. I miss him too. But then there's times in your life where, again, those three legs of the stool, there's times where God puts people in your life that take up roles that other people didn't want. And I have to say, my good friend Joby Butcher is here, who's acted as my dad for such a long time. He's given me great guidance, great support. He raised 3 boys. He gets it. He's always there for me. Joby, thank you. And with that, I thank you all very, very much. It was my deepest honor to represent you, to support you. I still am here to help Gresham in any way that I can to advance it. It will never be in public office again, but I'm here to do whatever I can. I get the great pleasure now of helping folks with developmental disabilities every single day, and it's been the best job I've ever had in my life. And I can't wait to get back there to go sing some songs with them this afternoon. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
So we're going to change the names on this proclamation to whereas Lynn Snodgrass served as, no. All right. What a fun afternoon, and we're right on time. Whereas I speak for everyone that worked hard to put this together today, and whereas we are grateful, each of you, that doesn't work so well with this, does it? I do speak for everyone that worked really hard in the city and on my staff that put this together today. Thank you all so much. Each of us are grateful that you took the time out of your busy day to hear the State of the City speech and address from our mayor, from Mayor Stovall, and to celebrate Allison's Surprise Community Member of the Year Award. It's fun seeing people surprised. And a humble and emotional elected leader received the Lifetime Achievement Award today, Mayor Shane Bemis. With that, be sure and eat the rest of the cookies. Enjoy the rest of your day and your week. Thank you all for coming. Bye.